Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your attention. I am Budistiana, accompanied by Rifki Ismail, Mr. Jamari, and Mr. Sugianto. We will present my topic research with a title, Mechanical Properties Identification of Vulcanized Rubber by using Money-Refline method. It's my outline of presentation. Number 1 is background. Number 2 is methodology. Number 3, result and discussion. And last one is conclusion. At first, we will explain about the mechanical properties of material. These mechanical properties related to the material performance and depend on the material behavior. So it needs to formulate the mechanical properties. In metal behavior have properties is elastic linear, and we use Hooke's law. And for rubber behavior has properties hyperelastic and non-linear, and we using strain energy function. Why it's different to metal behavior? Rubber behavior has widespread variation of mechanical properties. It's unlike to metal behavior. It's my diagram about the explanation about the mechanical properties. Number 1, metal. Number 2, rubber, and others. Its differences between metal and rubber that metal is elastic linear, we use Hooke's law, and rubber hyperelastic and non-linear, we use strain energy function SEF. There are some experts to describe the strain energy function, Money-Refline, Yeo, Ogden, and Astra. Yeah. Regarding the Money-Refline methods, at first the Money model is described like as W represent the strain energy, C1 and C2 is the constant or SEF data. It's have to be obtained. It's focus my research. So E1 and E2 represent the strain invariant. Is from the tensile test of rubber specimen. So we use Rifline formulation to solve the Money model above. The combination between Money and Rifline, we get the Money-Rifline model, and we have a formulation like this. Yes. Reduce stress and extension ratio. So we have the relationship between reduced stress divided by 2 and extension ratio. Is the route to identify the mechanical properties. In left side, left one, is about the formulation between Money and Rifline. Money need SEF data, but it need Rifline equation, so we get Money-Rifline strain energy function. On the other side, we need tensile test of the rubber specimen, so we get true stress versus extension ratio. From formulation and from tensile test result, we process this data by curve fitting and regression, and then we get SEF data, and therefore the mechanical properties are identified. It's in the example of the result of tensile test for half compound and subcompound. We get the final data is true stress and extension ratio. The next, that data is analyzed, and then we get the relationship between reduced stress and extension ratio like that. Is from experimental data, is from formulation. So we get SEF data by regression and co-fitting. Is the constant or data of strain energy function we get. So we try to get to use that constant of SEF with finite element simulation. It's rubber specimen, is indenter, press down and slide. The simulation output is stress pattern, contact force, and coefficient of friction. Is the example result about the static indentation. In static indentation, it's shown that the stress pattern is symmetric. Left side and right side is same pattern. It's logic. On the other side, for sliding indentation, the stress pattern is not symmetric. The maximum stress is emerged in frontward section of sliding direction. In right section, is agree with the cover crack phenomena along abrasion. Is the result about the maximum stress versus sliding displacement. This for hard rubber, dust line, and dot line for soft rubber. It's shown that the maximum stress is fluctuating along bleed displacement. Is the friction force and coefficient of friction. It's shown that the soft rubber more fluctuate than hard rubber for friction force as well as coefficient of friction. Now my conclusion is number 1, Monnet-Flynn model for obtaining the constant or data of strain energy function is formulated. It is obtained by curve-fitting and regression between formulation and tensile task result. In static indentation, the stress pattern is symmetric. So in sliding indentation, the maximum stress occurs on forward section of sliding direction. And the last conclusion is along the sliding contact, the stress and friction force occur in fluctuating value. So it agree with the experimental results. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.